Hi, I'm Aubrey Click. I'm a child passenger safety technician instructor with the Delaware Office of Highway Safety. Every day, I work with parents and caregivers to make sure that their children are riding as safe as possible in their family's vehicles. One thing that I think we can all agree on is that the ages and stages of car seat safety are really confusing. One of the transitions that I get asked most about is when to move from a 5-point harness to a booster seat, and then when to move from a booster seat to just the vehicle seatbelt. I'd like to make that process a lot easier for you, so I'm going to break down the requirements of each step. To help explain this, I'm going to have my friends, Chuck and Lisa, here to help me today. The first transition that we're going to talk about is moving from a 5-point harness seat to a booster seat. This stage can be really confusing because there's no magic age, height, or weight that I can tell you that says, yes, your child is ready. Your child should actually stay in their 5-point harness until they reach the upper height or weight limits listed by that car seat manufacturer. To move on to the booster seat, they must also meet the height and weight minimums required by that booster seat. In addition to that, your child must be mature enough to be able to sit up, sit still, and stay in proper position for the duration of the ride. Once we move from a 5-point harness to the vehicle seatbelt, children have a lot more freedom than they had before. They no longer have that 5-point harness holding their torso back, and with the vehicle seatbelt, you can lean over, pick up a toy that you've dropped, or maybe even poke your brother if you want to. And most children don't gain this maturity until between the ages of 5 and 6. When you transition to a booster seat, you can use either a high back booster or you can use a backless booster. I generally will recommend that a child first transitioning from harness to a booster uses a high back booster. It provides that back and trunk support that reminds the child that they need to sit up and stay in proper position. We're going to demonstrate what proper belt fit with a booster looks like with my friend Lisa. First, we're going to feed the vehicle seatbelt through the shoulder belt guide. Then, we're going to take the vehicle seatbelt and buckle it into the vehicle buckle. We're going to stand back, double check that Lisa's getting proper belt fit, which again means that her shoulder belt is lying over the center of her shoulder, not hovering, sliding off the edge, or digging into her neck. And the lap portion of her belt should be sitting across the strong points of her hips or on her upper thighs. It's as simple as that. The next transition we're going to talk about is moving from a booster seat to just the vehicle seatbelt. This is probably the transition that your child has been begging you for quite a while now. It's important to remember that vehicle seatbelts are designed for adults, not for children. On average, most children will not get proper belt fit without a booster seat until reaching a height of 4 foot 9 inches. But is it really time? Luckily for us, there's a really easy 5-step test that can tell us when it's time for your child to ditch that booster seat and move right to the vehicle seatbelt. Today, my friend Chuck is going to demonstrate what passing the 5-step test looks like. 1. The child's body should sit flat against the vehicle seat and their bum should be all the way to the back. 2. Their knees should bend naturally over the edge of the vehicle seat. 3. Their feet should sit flat on the vehicle floor. 4. The shoulder belt should sit directly over the center of the shoulder. It should not be hovering, sliding off the shoulder, or digging into the child's neck. 5. The lap portion of the seatbelt should sit across the strong points of the child's hips or on the upper thighs. As always, your child should be able to sit up, sit still, and stay in proper position for the entire duration of the ride. Please note that it's incredibly important to do the 5-step test in every vehicle that your child normally rides in. Just because they pass the 5-step test in one vehicle does not mean that they will in another vehicle due to the differences in vehicle seat slope or seatbelt geometry. So are you ready to go outside and give your child the 5-step test? Now that we've gone through the transitions from a 5-point harness car seat to a booster seat and from a booster seat to a seatbelt, I hope that I've made this process a lot easier for you and have made you not want to throw your booster seat at a wall by the time you were finished. Never rush through the different stages of car seat safety. We want to make sure that children are riding in the right seat at the right time to keep them as safe as possible. If you still have questions or you want to come in and make sure that your child is riding as safe as they can, the Delaware Office of Highway Safety has car seat fitting stations in all 3 of our counties, and appointments are always free, so why not come by? You can find the contact information to all of our car seat fitting station coordinators at arrivealive.de.com. Thanks for joining us. Buckle up and drive safe.